Hi, everybody. It's Jane Celia Hatch, Bethesda Star, Targeted Shaman. Still not getting the studio quite right, but I do have somebody that's going to help me. And what is that? I think it's just a reflection of light. Who's going to help me with editing and new equipment? I'm hoping very soon. In the meantime, I wanted to keep putting videos out because I realized that when I don't put them out, I lose subscriptions and the algorithms get all messed up. But I wanted to follow up. I love doing these videos too because, especially when I do a channeling, it puts me back into my heart center, which is where Diana and a lot of other spirit leaders are saying we need to be right now, because the mind is no longer the best tool for processing all the information that we're receiving right now about, politics and the COVID. And we're really being asked to go into our heart center because that's where most of the knowledge is. Sorry, my eyes are a little puffy. Many of you know I'm a targeted individual and I do get hit with radiation. And that did happen last night. It seems to be more severe in Santa Fe than it is on the East Coast, but we'll see. The last channeling was very surprising to me. First of all, for the most part, in Upper World, you don't see people that agitated because they're in a whole different frequency. They don't have the same dilemmas. They don't have the same it's very dense here. Everything's happening, hard and fast, and there's repercussions. And there in the spirit world, you're just surrounded by the energy of Great Spirit, God, Goddess. And so she was agitated, which I found unusual. I also was wondering if maybe I wanted to find her a new location. I wasn't completely happy with this bench, and it's because vibrationally what you see, feel, hear indicates to a shaman where you are. And for Diana, Princess Diana, it's generally more of a something very royal or esoteric. White is Upper World. Black Elk, the Native American Sioux native chief, and Medicine Man talked a lot about Upper World and the clouds, and it was all white. And throughout the world, shamans have found that to be true. And I was very surprised at the things she said. She was concerned about upcoming earth changes. And I said this in the last video that she told me this 4 years ago when I went to England to visit her home and interview people in England about her. I got a channel message from Diana that the water was rising there. And it's something I've kind of put aside a little bit because we're dealing with so many other issues and politics and now the COVID. But I wanted to ask her about that again. She indicated Trump would be walking away, not necessarily not elected, but he would be walking away from this situation, that he did what he came to do, which was release the children from child sex trafficking, and that he was going to walk away. I don't know what that means. I just saw him walking away. When you're talking to spirits, they often just send images into your mind. It's like a storyboard, one image after another. Sometimes you hear direct words. Most often you are given images and you interpret them. Sometimes they're very literal. And before I go any further, because I know people sometimes don't even watch past 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm coming up on 4 minutes, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Even if you just say, hi, Jane, how are you? Or just put an emoji, whatever they are, because I want to keep this channel going, and YouTube won't pay attention to it if there's no likes. So even if you don't watch the whole thing, just like, share, comment, anything just to show that you watched it. So before I go any further, I also want to say that today I felt like this, and yesterday, and also today, not as much yesterday, today, but the sun, there feels like there's an activation going on, like a healing, encoding. I can't describe it. I felt like sun was just doing some sort of activation or coding, healing, some kind of protection. So I would get out in the sun today for at least 20 minutes and just, be in a receptive mood and an attitude of gratitude, because I think the sun is giving us some healing power today, or protection or something. So get out in the sun. I realized yesterday, I don't know how far you watched, but this sounded really tinny. So I'm going to use my drum today. And what I do as a shaman, I can sit here and just receive her messages, but as a shaman, I'm trained to travel to meet spirits halfway or all the way. So my subsoul does the traveling. My soul stays in my body, which you have to be in your body. You can't live out of it that long. People who astral project, they can't stay out very long, or their body starts to go cold. But I'm just sending it what they call a subsoul. It's a part of my consciousness to meet with Princess Diana. I worked on her book yesterday. I did a whole section on her marriage. I channeled Princess Diana's testimony of what the day was like when she woke up, the day she was going to be married, and what unfolded for her emotionally and otherwise. So I continued to channel her yesterday and interact with her, and I'm really grateful for her presence. So I'm going to use, and I did bring my rose quartz. Anything. It's like any person or any soul. If you have things around that they love, you're going to call them in closer. If you had a friend that liked Earl Grey tea and, vanilla cookies or whatever, if they had passed over and you wanted to call on them, you would, and not everybody's available to call on, but you would have things around that reminded that they loved, because that will call in their energy. So Diana is, of the heart. She's heart vibration. She's telling us all to try to be in our heart as much as we can. I just got this selenite heart downtown in Santa Fe. As usual, it was a problematic experience because you had to wear gloves and a mask, and I can't feel the vibration through the gloves. But anyway, I like it, and I did buy it. And he said I could take the gloves off and then he would spray it afterwards. But I just kind of knew I wanted it. So this is a selenite heart. I'm just going to put this on my lap. I have more selenite here, sort of for protection. And I actually sleep with this because it does absorb radiation. And they're one of the few crystals that don't have to be cleansed. And if my friend Kelly's watching, evidence, I found it again. My friend Kelly stayed here a year ago now, and she left this. And every time she comes, she can't find it. And then when I come, I can find it. So maybe it's our connection. It keeps us tied together, Kelly. Okay, so I'm going to see if the drum works better. Yesterday, if you watched more than a few minutes of the video, you know that I started using my rattle. It sounded very strange on this audio system. And again, I'm hoping I'm going to upgrade. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to add an intro, an exit message, and hopefully become more dynamic. I definitely have the content. Okay, so first I do is call in my own guides. They're usually with me already, but it's giving a message that you want them closer. And I want them closer because anytime you're even a little bit out of your body, you're more vulnerable. And I also, it's for Diana, for me, that we are completely surrounded by love and compassion. I see angels and my power animals. So I've called in my own protection. And right now I'm going to just close my eyes, and my subsoul will journey up to try to meet Diana, Princess Diana, in Upper World, to see if she can follow up on some of the surprising things she said yesterday, if there's any more information she wants to share. She does not like to share about her children most of the time, and I totally understand that. I'm a mother. She may have a difference of opinion with him, but she's not going to put that out there. So I'm just waiting for an okay. Sort of like a pilot when you have the engine going, but you're waiting for the people to signal that you can go. So I have to wait for a signal from my power animals or from Diana, Princess Diana. The pilot, when you're just sitting there and the engine's going, that's where I am right now, just waiting for the signals. Okay. I think I'm there. So I'm looking at Diana. She seems a little bit more calmer today. She's still on this bench. It's just such a simple bench, and I expect her on a throne or something. When I channel to my spirit guide, Isis, she's on a throne, always. But Diana was the people's princess, but it's just one of those benches with the wrought iron side and the wooden. And so she's in slacks today, in a white shirt. She seems a little calmer, but still. The first thing I always try to do is just tell spirits, I love you. She smiles. She's concerned. What is it? What's wrong, Diana? So she's walking. I'm following her. We're going up further up into Upper World. This is like a Roman, Greek, not a Colosseum, a temple. This is where a lot of my spirit guides usually meet me, and it's more typical of Upper World. It's white, it's gleaming white marble, there's clouds. So she's pointing out towards California. The only thing that California doesn't to her, I was going to say Harry, but I do see waves. So I am getting the same message, waves, tidal waves. And she points to the south. Same thing, but not as severe. East, severe. This is not typical Diana, so this must be, well, her son is in California. I am seeing a really strange image of Harry. It's not a good one, and I'm not even going to repeat it. That's why she's so concerned. There's very malevolent energies around him right now. I'm not going to go into it. This does feel a lot better because So we're very high up in upper world. How soon? Within 6 months. I'm seeing calendar flipping months. She's reminding me that's why all the native tribes, when they came from Lemuria, Mu, all of left of which is the Hawaiian Islands, they didn't settle on the coast, they went inland. So we're sitting now, and she has on a white shirt. You know, she's not the Diana I'm most familiar with, although it reminds me of her energy of when she was so upset when she first got married, and she was just beside herself. Again, she's showing me Trump and President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump stepping away. They have done what they came to do. They've revealed the deep state. And so all of a sudden, Diana and I are sitting around a campfire. There's smoke. It's like we were Indians in another life together, and we're just sitting. It's very comfortable. It's heartwarming. To be honest, it's wonderful to be next to a human without a mask, even though we're both spirits. So I don't know why this fire yet. Smoke. Send your prayers to Great Spirit with smoke. You know, you will be heard. I'm seeing spraying the trees, spray your trees with water. So generally speaking, Diana is about the heart and emotions and spirit. So for her to be talking about anything about the physical reality is unusual. I see a little bit of a smile on her now. I love that smile. We are shifting into a new earth. These are the ending days of the old vibration. You stay in a heart vibration, you're going to avoid a lot of the calamity. And heart vibration, not fear from the head. They're trying to get us into our head to be afraid of it. Stay in your heart, whatever that means to you. I handed her a heart, and she took it and held it to her. She handed me an even better heart. It's a diamond. So we embrace. Okay, I'm saying goodbye. She's walking into the temple, and I'm going down with my power animals. My spirit doesn't want to leave. Okay. Yeah, it was so nice to be up there in a different frequency. So I don't like to make these too much longer than 20 minutes. I think people watch about 5. But again, if you can, please like, share, comment. Questions, any questions about shamanism, any questions about targeting, you can leave underneath. I'm going to try to do a video every day or every other day. I may be traveling in the near future, so there may be a slight break. So yes, if you have questions, please leave them below. Please like, please comment. It'll bring me up in the algorithm. Please subscribe if you haven't. I would like to keep this going. I want to go, I have a warrior self and I have this healing side, which is really important for me to be vibrating with and sharing. And Facebook is sort of my warrior side. And, according to Diana, I should probably be moving really completely. Not that I ever totally leave my heart center, but there's still a part of me that is looking at polarities. So, lots of love to everyone. And if it's possible, I will close the stream.